Hi everybody. Let's work through one of the problems that I skipped in the notes today. We want to find a quadratic function, that is to say an equation, for a graph that opens downward and whose intercepts are -3, 0, and 1, 0. So that's going to look something like this. We'll have an intercept at -3, 0 and another intercept at 1, 0. So we don't know much about this quadratic, but we do know it's going to open downward, so it's going to look something like that. Okay, well, we also know that since it's a quadratic, it must have the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Now usually to find out where our intercepts are, we would set this equal to 0 and solve. And sometimes we can do that by factoring. Now, since x equals -3 is one of our solutions, that means that x plus 3 must be one of the two factors. Also, since x equals 1 is one of our solutions, that means that x minus 1 must be one of our two factors. But there's a problem with this, because if we start FOILing this out, we'd end up with an x squared term for our first when we FOIL these two x's together. That would mean that our parabola opens up. We need our parabola to open down, so the simple fix to that is to put a negative sign in front of our two factors. So we could say y equals negative x plus 3 times x minus 1. And now we can multiply those together, in other words, FOIL those out, and so we get y equals negative x squared plus 2x minus 3. Or finally, we can say f of x equals negative x squared minus 2x plus 3. There. That quadratic, negative x squared minus 2x plus 3, will open downward, and it'll have the intercepts that we were looking for, -3 and 1. Now, as the second part of that question, what if we knew the y-intercept had to be 0, 6? As you can see, in our function, our y-intercept is going to be at 0, 3. So how can we change that function so that that last number is a 6 without changing our two factors? Well, we could put a factor of 2 in front of the function, so y equals -2 times x squared plus 2x minus 3. And if we do that, we have y equals -2x squared minus 4x plus 6. And so that leaves us with a y-intercept of 0, 6.